Hello, hello. Welcome to this episode of the Rogers Radio Podcast. I am your host, Alyssa Rogers, and today we are in Danville, Virginia with Ray and Vaughn of Two Earthy Mamas. And you may be wondering, what is that? Well, we're going to tell you today because they are just opening here in Danville, Virginia. They are not new to this business because they are coming from Georgia, where they have a location, but they are bringing it to Danville, Virginia, and I cannot wait to talk to you about your story.
Oh, good. We'll wait to tell you all about it.
Yes. Thank you so much for allowing us to come into your beautiful store.
Thank you.
And I want to know, tell us about Two Earthy Mamas.
So, Two Earthy Mamas started in 2019
Okay.
after, we're twins. So, as we were adults, we moved away. So, we really, other than, phoning and that kind of thing, we really kind of lost touch. Yeah. But in 2019, the gods said, hey, we're going to bring these two back together. So once we got together, we were able to just kind of get to know each other. But then we started, reminiscing about family and how important they are to us. And so one thing that we learned growing up was about our grandmother. She was born, she's a child of the 1920s. And so, back then she was very poor. But when she raised us, she dressed us the way, she dressed us. And then there were replicas of 1930s and 1940s dresses back in the 80s. So that was kind of how our love affair of vintage began.
In addition to that, growing up, with grandma, we were always in her clothes. So she always had special pearls or furs. So
Purses.
we were able to take those things and, we fell in love with the quality of the clothing and just the fact that those items were still in such excellent condition.
And they're still around. So
Wow.
It's a love affair,
It's a love
truly.
affair.
How fun is that to play in those clothes?
Yes, as
and-
adults.
Yes.
And we still get to do it. It's
I
just the fun part.
know. It is so fun. And I want to know kind of, how did you decide, okay, I'm going to do this?
Would you want to cut?
I certainly can.
Go ahead.
So, like Ray said, 2019 is when we started.
Yep.
And in 2019 is when I moved to Augusta, Georgia with my
Okay.
sister. And at that time, as we were getting to know each other all over again, and we were trying to figure out, what can we do together
Yes.
that, that we can take on and brand for ourselves. And that kind of brought us back to family again and back to how we grew up and our love of vintage.
Yes.
And, being able to come back together
Yes.
and say, we're going to do this. What did it feel like when you took that step? Because owning a business is tough and it's not for everyone.
Right.
And then you making that step, congratulations on that. Since 2019, that's a success. And you're going to continue to be successful. What was that initial feeling like?
Well, when we first did the paperwork and, we paid that, put that money out there, got that LLC and decided this is what we're going to do, we ran into it. I mean, we went with full steam ahead.
Right. We started when COVID was, going on, but we didn't let it dampen us.
That's right,
So we continued on. We focused online. We focused on branding ourselves in the town that we were, trying to get the word out around us. So that's kind of how we played it then. But now going into, 2024, we made the split in 2022.
Yes.
I moved to Providence. She stayed in Augusta. But our plan was always to have the presence in Augusta, eventually have a store there, but also to have the presence in store here in Danville.
So what brought you to Danville, Virginia?
Well, I moved to Providence, North Carolina, which is literally right across the state line. So, and we would drive through Danville just to visit, just to kind of see what the town was like. And we fell in love with it.
Yep.
First place we ever visited was the Danville Market.
Love it.
I went there and bought some patty pan for the first time. So, like I said, I love the sense of community here. Everyone here tries to help. Everyone's very helpful and loving, and I just fell in love with it. It's great.
Well, you have a fantastic storefront right in downtown Danville on Main Street.
Agreed, yes.
I walked in for the first time ever today, and I'm going to be honest with everyone watching and listening, I'm speechless. It is gorgeous in here, and we're going to learn about all of your services, and I am so excited because the services that you provide are super unique.
Yes.
Yes.
That's one of the things that I think people will say that have met us and have been working with us in the past almost 5 years since we've been Two Earthy Mamas, that we offer something that not a lot of businesses in our industry offer.
That's right.
So we're really proud about that.
Yeah, we're really proud to offer true vintage. Every bit in here is true vintage from the 30s. We do have through the 80s. We do have some 90s because we're graduating the 90s.
Yes.
But we do offer it, and we're more than happy to showcase it and share it here in Danville.
Well, let's go see. Do you guys that are watching and listening want to see what we are about to learn about all the services here, let's go. Show me the way. This section of the store I am so excited about because, you know, when you're planning a wedding, you have these thoughts. What am I going to get the bridal party? Or what can I get a bride and groom as a gift? And this section solves everything.
Yes.
So tell us about it.
Of course. Well, first off, when we decided to put together what we call the Forever Box collection, and it encompasses a couple of different areas. And for obvious reasons, we want to be able to show something that provides a gift that's complementary to both the bride and the groom. And we have here what we call the knot box. You know, play on the words knot, but everything on the knot box here is going to encompass either vintage jewelry, homewares, and definitely something that they can use in the home. And again, like we mentioned earlier, everything that we provide as a part of the Forever Box / knot box is all vintage. And in this section here, this is one of our samples of our bride box. And again, we have a vintage teacup, vintage jewelry, even down to vintage gloves. So we want to make sure that when we provide gifts specific to the bride box or the knot box, that we provide something that the bride or the groom may like, or they have made specific taste. But again, everything that we provide on this is vintage. And lastly, on this side of the house, we have a bridesmaid box. Now, the bridesmaid box might be a little bit different only because we provide just a teacup, just a little bit of jewelry, and maybe or maybe not some gloves. But at the same token, we also provide it at a different price point. Our vintage, true vintage, will be at our premium rates, and just something a little bit less, we provide a little bit more standard product, but it provides the same result, an amazing gift for the bride and or the groom.
Yes. So all of these are customizable. For example, your wedding colors are turquoise and green. I'm just making this up. You can submit those colors and your taste. You know, your boyfriend might be a baseball player. You might want to get him a vintage baseball card. Every detail, we look at everything. Everything that you give us helps us customize that gift further. So, you know, when he sees that, he knows that thought was taken, you know, and it's specifically for that person. So over here to my right, this is what we would call our mother-in-law box. So we call it a mother of the bride or mother of the groom. So we always want to honor our moms. So it'll come with a teacup. It will come with a hair accessory. And it will come with jewelry. It can come with a vintage bottom, or we could do a standard one for a lesser price. And lastly, but not least, we have to take care of our, I'm sorry.
Be careful.
Oh, with our grooms. I apologize for our grooms. And, you know, the grooms get a little bit of shine, and his will come with a bow tie. It'll come with one accessory and a piece of jewelry. Yes.
Truly one of a kind pieces and gifts. How fantastic.
Thank you.
What is next?
Well,
Hey, let's go look at the Let Us Dress You.
Let us dress it. Let's do it. Let's go. This area is so cool because how many of you have family pictures coming up or a photo shoot coming up or something really special coming up, and the first thing that comes to mind is, what am I going to wear? Well, the guessing gets taken out of the equation when you have you two helping style for photo shoots.
So we have something that we like to call, we call it Let Us Dress You, or Ludi. So what that basically is, it's what we're trying to do is we're trying to help folks incorporate vintage and modern pieces together. And what better way to showcase that is during a photo shoot. If you look behind me, if you see these photos here on the wall, these are all of our Let Us Dress You campaigns where we've actually taken a vintage piece and we've paired it with something modern. So you really get a unique look. It doesn't look dated. So it's really important that we were able to showcase that. And so what we offer, we do offer 2 price points where the folks can rent one option, one item. It will be one complete outfit down from the shoes, jewelry, accessories. They get it all and they can rent it or they can purchase it. And
the second price point is, it's very similar to the way we have it set up with the first, but where you're actually getting, or you can rent two items, or actually 2 full outfits, top to bottom, and you have the option to either rent them or you can buy them. But bottom line, I think the experience that you get with Let Us Dress You, we provide what we like to call the true Earthy Mamas experience, and that comes down to this with the makeup. A full-on photo shoot, and just the ability and the moment to just kind of like be pampered a little bit. But at the same time, You get great photos and a great look.
Yes.
Cool is that experience and the confidence building that you
Yes,
have in that.
yes.
And then probably getting to try things that you would never pick out in a
True.
store.
Exactly. We have a lot of fun, and we've actually been able to pull out pieces, and folks are like, I'm not really sure about that.
Yeah.
But once we get it on them, it's absolutely wonderful.
Oh my gosh, this is such a cool service. I want to do this, don't you? What is next?
We're going to go over to I Did, which is our bridal section.
Oh, let's go to the bridal section. Let's talk wedding dresses. What do we have here?
Well, we have what we call our collection, I Do and I Did. Obviously, someone did and someone will do in these gowns. What I'd like to show and share with you, we have vintage wedding gowns, probably ranging from the 1930s all the way to the 1980s. And we provide women with a different option for their special day. And we like to, to show off some of the details that were prevalent within those various eras.
Right. And so we offer these on site, and we also, with our I Do and I Did bridal collection, we do offer vintage lingerie as well.
Oh my gosh.
And our collection is growing. So this is just a small portion that we put out for display, but we have ranging in various sizes. So we want to try to make sure that we encompass from the smallest of young ladies to those are kind of like my size. So yes, we're trying to keep it very, very
realistic as far as the times and the sizes now. So we want to make sure that we can provide something for everybody.
And I can only imagine how personalized the experience is going to be when a bride comes in and is looking for that perfect gown.
Right. I've had some ladies come in and they're doing the beach wedding. So they were coming in, they were looking for something very beachy, or they're looking for that second dress for the reception.
Yes.
So, we got you covered. Whether you want a second wedding dress or a party dress or a beach dress, Earthy Mamas got you covered.
Yes.
Oh, I feel it. And I can't wait to take advantage of your services. I want you to style me and get my style back in order.
Oh, we'd be happy to do it.
Yes.
For you. No problem at all.
Well, thank you for that. And thank you so much for allowing us in the store today and showing us everything that you have to offer. I cannot wait to see this store expand and do amazing things. You are offering such a unique service to Danville, and welcome to the area.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and good luck with everything. You'll be seeing me more often. I have my eye on stuff
Of
already,
course.
but I wish you so much success.
Thank you
so much.
Thanks for having us on the show.
Absolutely. To Earthy Mamas, you need to check them out on Main Street. It's 442 Main Street in Danville, Virginia. You need to look them up on social media.
Yes.
And they have a website. And so you just check them out. It's so neat. And you're going to come out with a bunch of stuff because I already know I am.
You will not be disappointed.
You will not be disappointed. Thank you so much to everyone that is watching and listening today. We appreciate you so much. And be sure to tune in and subscribe and rate us and review us and continue providing the great feedback that you've been doing already. We will talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.